A very good evening, everybody. And of course, welcome to the Investing in the Affordable Housing Market. And this is a webinar. And of course, there's a big question to everything, right? Why is Orlando Towers Estate the greatest place to start and giving you more than just a home? So my name is Kutso Tiledi, super excited to be here. Our role this evening and this online discussion that we're about to have is being your webinar facilitator as we dive into you owning your piece of Orlando Towers Estate, an iconic lifestyle estate in the heart of Soweto. Now, we're here to discuss the affordable housing market, the benefits of investing in township property, and why Orlando Towers is a great place to start, given the iconic history, of course, that Soweto has within South Africa. Now, for the next 30 minutes, we are going to be speaking about all things related to affordable housing and Orlando Towers. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone is ready and excited. So let's start off our first session talking about the current trends and opportunities in the Sowetan housing market. So let me start off with you, Sam. Sam, can you tell us more about where you see the affordable housing market in South Africa and why this segment is really important for the country as a whole?
Yes, thank you, Kutso. Currently, there's a substantial deficit in the quantum of affordable housing supply in South Africa. It's estimated there's a shortfall of just over 2 million units currently. That equates to 8 to 10 million people. The affordable housing market segment represents the majority of first-time home buyers in South Africa. I foresee that the greater demand and necessity will present itself within the affordable housing segment to provide a housing lifestyle solution within the affordable housing market segment. Finding suitable land that is strategically located close to schools, hospitals, transport, workplace, and the commercial nodes are becoming more and more difficult and expensive to acquire. However, the close proximity to main transport, arterial routes, schools, hospitals, shopping malls, and so forth is what makes Orlando Towers South Estate such an iconic development within the affordable housing sector.
100%. Tim, would you like to come through and also just put a word or two with regards to what Sam just mentioned?
Yeah. So, housing is right at the heart of how we build communities, and the reality is that South Africa is at a point where there's so many young people who are coming onto the housing market because they are our population as a whole is quite a young population, and we're always going to be in need of quality housing and decent housing. And what COVID has also shown us is that this is not something that is a luxury. It's an absolute necessity to have decent housing that is close to key amenities, that's close to shopping centers, good schools, like Sam mentioned, good road networks, and just a whole ecosystem of what makes a community grow. And we felt for the longest time that affordable housing has been left out of this. Typically, affordable housing is a 4-roomed house 20 kilometers away from an economic node, and that shouldn't be the case. Why should affordable housing be lagging behind the normal traditional housing that we find in Fourways or in the East Rand or anywhere else in the country? And so Orlando Towers and Soweto in particular, this iconic project marks the first of where affordable housing is going to be done right at the heart of the community in the best area in Soweto. We found a gem of a land, and our urban dev have done an absolute a phenomenal job with putting this whole project together. And you have the screen behind me that shows a site that is being built. I was there literally 2 days ago, and there's like more structures, and so it's really gone up and it's looking very different. And we are on track to make a transfer date to transfer 136 homes to brand new homeowners who are going to be incredibly ecstatic to be living in the best part of Soweto, right next to this iconic towers called Orlando Towers. Yeah.
Brilliant, Tim. The excitement is real, and thank you so much for pointing out your background there. Super excited to see the foundation phases to what people are going to be moving into, families, and of course, those who are really invested. I mean, we're all here today for that one reason, to understand why this speaks to you, and that's exactly what we're going to make sure we deliver to you tonight. So the benefits of investing in the Sowetan housing market and why the banks are keen to support this market is the biggest question here as well. So, I mean, many of us South Africans would not know where to start when purchasing a property, let alone investing. I think this is a perfect time to bring on Mivuyo, just to also, contribute, especially from how the banks come in. Mivuyo, in particular, Nedbank supporting buyers in this market. Tell us how, the banks are assisting when it comes to investing in the Sowetan housing market, and why the banks are keen to support this market.
Thanks, Kutz. I mean, for Nedbank specifically, I mean, we are consistently listening to the market to just try and understand what their needs are, what are the pain points, and this allows us to really just craft solutions for the needs of the market. And I can say this with much, much confidence. We've got one of the most competitive offerings in the market at the moment, specific for affordable housing customers. I'm talking about bond plus costs of up to 115% loan to value. And this is mostly helpful in the resale space because it covers the costs and the bond registration fees, which, as you know, has been a huge pain point in this market for many, many years. We've negotiated a 50% discount specific for affordable housing because we understand that it's a big need. I mean, to raise those fees is nip up and place knee, hey?
I mean, just to add to what Mvuyo says, historically, banks have always felt that this was like a very risky asset, not asset class, but segment to invest in, right? They've always looked at the traditional space, but they've also realized that if they want to grow their books, if they want to grow their market, they have to be in a position to meet South Africans where they are. And many South Africans starting out are going to start out in an affordable house that is less than R1 million. And so they have to lend into that category, and they have to create products that will talk to that market. And thankfully, Mvuyo, for this project, it is fully cost included. So, buyers in Orlando Towers Estates will not have to pay bond registration costs or transfer fees, or even a deposit to put down, because we understand that money is scarce, and there's obviously an affordability crunch at the moment. So both the banks have come on board to ensure that we make this as affordable and as accessible for all potential buyers in this market.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Tim, for that. I mean, and what's also nice is we work very closely with the Department of Human Settlements and NHFC. So if a FLISP qualifying client takes a home loan with us, we take care of the FLISP application process so that the client really gets to enjoy the home ownership journey.
Absolutely. Geez, Mivuyo, I mean, you touching on the great benefits and the opportunities and the initiative from the government, but let's talk about the barriers in investing in property, and also what is the biggest change you've seen in the years?
You said this earlier. Most South Africans wouldn't know where to start when they have to purchase a property, right? And I think for me, it's the lack of knowledge or awareness is a massive barrier. I mean, yes, there are barriers like affordability, like credit worthiness, the rising interest rates, the economic climate that we are in right now with the high cost of living. Those barriers will remain. But I think for me, the lack of knowledge and awareness really becomes the bigger barrier for me. And people don't know that the affordable housing industry in South Africa has carved such a new landscape that is endless with opportunities. And I think developers, Sam said this earlier, they're really taking advantage of the land and have become super innovative and are making use of the space, using quality building material with beautiful modern finishes. We're talking 24-hour security with biometric access, proximity to superb shopping complexes, schools, medical facilities, amenities within the development itself. And developers have really been able to package a bespoke product that is considered premium stock at an affordable price.
Absolutely. Tim, do you have anything to add on what Mivuyo was just mentioning now?
No, I think she's speaking fire. I mean, she said it all, and
she said it all.
Orlando Towers is really the epitome of that. It's the epitome of collaboration between private sector and government institutions to make this work. So that's been really great, and yeah, it's wonderful to see. Yeah, let's. I'm excited about the coming months and what's to unfold in the coming months.
Absolutely, Tim. So I want us to turn our attention to, of course, this iconic project that is happening next to the iconic Orlando Towers. This is your home. This is our land. So what is Orlando Towers Estate? So let me bring on Sam here. Sam, can you tell us what is the vision for the project? And why do you believe in this offering to South Africa, most especially to somebody who currently calls Soweto home?
Okay, so as you said, I mean, it's probably the most iconic site I've definitely ever worked on, and I think it will probably be the highlight of my career. I mean, the Orlando Towers speaks volumes of history, and it's got a presence about it. So it's an absolute privilege to have the privilege to develop something at Orlando Towers. Now, our vision for Orlando Towers is to provide a high-quality, modern, secure lifestyle within Soweto. Orlando Towers offers a secure, upmarket environment with 24-hour security, biometric access control, clubhouse, children play areas, an Astro Sport combi court for the kids, fiber-enabled Wi-Fi. I mean, it's a complete lifestyle that we're offering. Orlando Towers offers the ideal solution, whether you're a first-time home buyer, a young family, someone looking to scale down, if you're looking for a lock-up and go. I mean, where else in Soweto will you find something that covers all those needs? Over and above your primary residence options that we offer, Orlando Towers also offers the ideal scenario for your first time and your seasoned investor to either expand or to kickstart your own rental portfolio. I mean, one doesn't have to look far. I mean, with the Baragwanath Hospital in probably less than 300 meters away from our front gate, I mean, there's a huge healthy rental market to consider from an investment point of view. Also keep in mind, our unit starts from 647,000 Rand for a 2-bedroom unit. That's really, really good value. Given all the amenities that we offer within the lifestyle estate, it's going to be a tough one to beat. Over and above all what we're offering within the amenities, we offer top-notch finishes, top-level specifications to maximize our value offering to the market and to really give our clients a true value for their money. For us, our clients come first. We want to create a difference to the market. We're not just there to create a development. It's all about making a difference. I truly believe that Orlando offers the ultimate upmarket solution within the affordable housing sector in Orlando. We're passionately excited about what's happening on site and where we're going.
Absolutely love this, Sam. I'm super excited. I mean, all the hands that were raised, I'll just mention a few names: Deborah, Clifford, Peter, Kiavetsri, Buddha, Josie, Lerato, mentioning and letting me know and letting us all know that they're currently living in Soweto. This is exciting. And for me, if anything, I'd love to purchase my property right now. Sam, Tim, Mivuyo, where do I sign? I love it. Tim, I mean, let's get it from your point of view. Let's discuss the reason why I should be investing in Orlando Towers, and of course the benefits as a buyer and investor when it comes to the Orlando Towers estate. Talk to us, Tim.
Yeah, so fundamentally, when you look at property, right, for your property to be regarded as a AAA investment, right, it needs to tick 3 fundamental boxes. One, it's got to be great as shelter, because we all need to live in a decent place where we can lay our heads at night and feel safe and be in a personal space. The second thing is that it needs to be a saleable asset. You need to be able to trade this property at whatever stage of your life or process, where you can you can sell it and get good good value for it. And then thirdly, it needs to appreciate in value. And so if your property does not tick those 3 boxes, right, it is not regarded as a AAA asset. And for the longest time, affordable housing has just only ticked that 1 box, which has been about shelter. It's never been really saleable because most houses and townships don't have title deeds or don't have a value that can be compared to it. And the third one is of course a foregone conclusion in that it never appreciates in value. And so Orlando Towers to me has been the prime lifestyle estate that ticks all 3 boxes, where for the first time we are transforming township housing and bringing it into the era of every type of property and creating A-grade quality units. I mean, when I was sitting with the project team, with Derek, Sam, Louis, and they were talking about the finishings they wanted to put in this, the first thing that came to mind was, wow, like how is all of this quality going to fit in such a small price? And, you know, one of the things that Derek mentioned, and Derek's a seasoned, property developer who's Sam's colleague. And Derek said, you know, for the longest time, he has watched how this area hasn't transformed. And he wants to put people before profits, right? He wants to be in this for the long haul and to create something that will truly sustain and bring and usher in a new standard of how affordable housing is done. And I'm so, you know, privileged and proud to be part of this team because this is the first of a number of developments that will set a new bar for how investors can get involved, get a great yield because, you know, OT is right next to Barra Hospital. It's across the road from Barra Mall. I know we have a representative from Barra Mall here today. It's down the road from Maponya Mall. UJ is further down the road. So this is an investment of a lifetime for many people within the community of Soweto. So I would love to see this place be occupied primarily by residents of Soweto because this is their time to really benefit from a great AAA asset class.
Brilliant stuff, Tim. I appreciate everything that you've mentioned. Tim, there is a Nomtandazo and Amanda Achawuke who is asking themselves, let's focus on the current South African energy and electricity crisis that we are having and facing. What is Orlando Towers Estate doing to help its future residents limit the impact of load shedding? Because we know that it is rough every single night. And I know somebody made the means to make sure that they get to be a part of the session tonight.
Yeah, it's a really pertinent question. I think, you know, we're all faced with this. It's a real life thing. Thankfully, we had factored this into our planning that we needed to have the types of alternative energy sources that will not leave a resident without the ability to make use of their home in spite of the load shedding crisis. So that's why we've gone gas. So residents will be able to heat up their water, would be able to cook in spite of a potential load shedding event. Of course, we have everything that's prepaid, so prepaid water and prepaid meters. But more than anything, we have a gas option which has proved to be a suitable alternative to dealing with a load shedding crisis. So we understand that this is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity, and that's why we have ensured that the infrastructure is in this development for that.
Absolutely, Tim. I think lastly, just since we are here, can you just tell us how will the estate benefit Soweto as a community and its local economy? I mean, the only thing that we want to do is to grow our community. And I think this is such an inspirational project and development that it cannot be missed. And I think everyone watching this evening would love to grab an opportunity to also understand the benefits that Soweto and the community will have in its local economy.
Yeah, you know, when I started the conversation, I made a comment about, you know, how property is deeply rooted in society because, you know, it starts with a bare piece of land. You put up housing around it. and what starts to build is a community. So you can imagine when you are putting up, I mean, this entire development is going to be going for the next 3 to 4 years. We have 4 phases of it. In total, there's going to be more than 2,800 units. This first phase that everybody sees behind me, that's 586 units. So when you have 586 units going up, you are going to create jobs like you cannot believe it. I was on site the other day, and to see that people felt that they had a sense of purpose, where they weren't walking around aimlessly or without something to do. People were streaming in, looking for opportunities, looking for jobs, and they were working. And already that was already more than 500 people that were already on site delivering different types of services. We expect that over the next couple of years, we're going to create more than 1,000 permanent jobs in there. We are talking about small businesses that will be involved in gardening services, cleaning, artisans, builders, maintenance folks, not to talk of even the entertainment across the road from Chuff Pawsey as well. That's going to create more jobs. So there's so much to offer to bring this development to life. There's going to be so much residual value that will come into the community. Plus, the one understated value is that all the homes in the area are going to appreciate in value, right? Because there's no way that you have a house, valued at 670 for a 2-bedroom, and then you now have a comparable with your existing 2-bedroom house for the communities around Orlando Towers. They can now compare their houses and be able to say to the banks that they want that same value for their house when they trade it in.
Absolutely, Tim. Thank you so much. I can see that the time is just flying by, which means it's a great thing. There's so much to be said. I mean, 45 minutes is far from being enough with this amazing conversation that we're having. Investing in the affordable housing market. Of course, this is all things Orlando Towers Estate coming to you, Soweto. And again, this conversation and the session is being pre-recorded. So do not worry if you're facing any technical issues. We will make sure that this is readily and available to you. So I would like to bring on Ashley from Bara Mall to say a few words. We do have a few minutes left. Ashley, I hope that you are here. Of course, believing that Bara Mall is such a huge, part of Soweto, and of course, maybe she would like to. He would have a few words with regards to the residents of Orlando Towers Estates and what they can look forward to at Bara Mall. Ashley, are you here?
Thank you very much, Kutso. Yeah, we were very excited when we got informed about the development. It's going to transform the area. We've already been collaborating with the developers. We're working with them as well and trying to get the City of Johannesburg involved as well to do a general community upliftment project in the surrounding areas between the mall and the streets and the development. The mall itself is we're currently in the midst of an upgrade program. There are new tiles in the mall. It's going to be getting a facelift inside with painting, new lighting, a new facade. With the new housing coming on, the number of people in the area, we need to up our game and get a better service for all of them. They're shopping on their doorstep, nice and convenient, safe environment, and a friendly environment as well. So we're very excited about the development.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Truly appreciate it from Bara Mall, of course, coming through to say a few words this evening. And please, if you are watching, don't be afraid to share this. It will be saved. And of course, you will be able to get your hands on this if you missed anything, any technical glitches. I mean, Tim, Mivuyo, Sam, we've got a comment here coming through from Taylor saying, I love how this investment will uplift the community. And a question here quickly from Google Later saying, what additional amenities are available? Most people are young families who have children and need, futures to cater for their children as well. Is there anyone that can assist with that question?
Yes, good to add that. Yes, so our amenities within the estate, there's especially for the young people, for the kids out there, they need space just to be children in a safe environment. I mean, that's the fundamental part of buying into a secure lifestyle estate, is that your kids can just be children. As simple as it sounds, it's all about safety. So obviously safety is a huge priority for us as developer in the estate. The estate will also have a clubhouse, a play area for the kids, a corporate sports fields for the kids. For the grown-ups, there's an outside dry area. It's all about a lifestyle within a safe, secure area where kids can just be children. That's the best that every parent wants for their children, any investor.
Absolutely love it, Sam. Final question for now. Is this project only looking at Soweto or other communities in Gauteng? Tim?
You know, I'm going to defer to Sam on that one because he's a developer. You know, we just we just take the great work that they do and we try to make sure it's packaged and brought to potential buyers in the right way. But Sam, without stepping out too much, I can say that this is the model that we're using for a number of areas to set the benchmark for how affordable housing will be done right now. It's all about lifestyle estates.
That's right. So on that term, we about to launch. We're very excited about a brilliant project we're looking to launch in Park Dean Leupoort in Boksburg. We'll probably launch within the next month. Once again, it's a lifestyle estate within the affordable housing segment perimeter in terms of price, but offering much more than that within that price segment. We are also offering or about to launch a new project, also within a secure estate, similar to scale to Orlando Towers in Albertville, in Newlands, in Randburg. Lifestyle estate looking to launch within the next 45 days. That's super excited. Once again, we truly feel that more needs to be done within the affordable housing market. And that's all about creating good, sustainable lifestyles within a safe, secure environment.
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very much, Tim, Mivuyo, Ashley, also joining us. I truly appreciate each and every single one of you watching and joining us in this session this evening. Of course, investing in the affordable housing market. It's all things Orlando Towers Estate coming to you very soon. Please do keep it locked onto our social media pages at Orlando Towers Estate on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as at Mortgage Market as well. Check out the website, mortgagemarket.co.za. From myself, Kutso Tenedi, Metro FM DJ, catch you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And of course, our guest speakers this evening. We thank you so much. Again, this will be available for you to watch back, share with everyone. A big opportunity to win yourself a comfortable home and fully furnished apartment at Orlando Towers Estate. Make sure that you do apply. And don't forget, you can get 5,000 Rand cash back if you do go onto the mortgagemarket.co.za website and check out where they can assist you with 7 banks across the country. And of course, get 5,000 Rand cash back. Ladies and gents, have a beautiful evening. Thank you for joining us as we discuss all things Orlando Towers Estate, coming to you very soon. From us this evening, have a very good night.